Imagine this. The ground trembles, trees shake, birds scatter, and out of the prehistoric mist steps the most iconic predator the world has ever known, Tyrannosaurus Now imagine this beast, nearly 40 feet long and weighing over 9 tons, coming face to face with the undisputed king of the African savanna, the modern lion. One is a relic of the Cretaceous, a dinosaur from over 66 million years ago. The other is the apex predator of our time. What would happen if these two worlds collided? Of course, this isn't something nature ever intended. The T-Rex and lion are separated by tens of millions of years. But in this thought experiment, we ignore time. We bring them together in a shared arena to observe not just who would win in a fight, but how these animals would react, behave, and even misunderstand each other. This isn't just a battle of strength. It's a clash of biology, instinct, and evolution. The result might surprise you. Not everything is as obvious as it seems when ancient terror meets modern agility. T-Rex represents ancient power, while the lion symbolizes today's majesty. Both are kings, but of different ages. Let's start with size. T-Rex towers at about 12 feet at the hips and could reach nearly 40 feet in length, weighing between 8 to 14 tons. It was built like a biological tank. Its skull alone could be the size of an entire lion's body. The lion, by contrast, is far smaller. A full-grown male might weigh 400 to 500 pounds and stretch up to 10 feet, with tail included. In physical mass, the T-Rex is at least 30 times heavier. But raw size isn't the full story. Lions are incredibly agile, muscular, and fast. They're capable of bursts up to 50 mph for short distances. Their reflexes, instincts, and hunting coordination and prides make them some of the most efficient killers in the animal kingdom. T-Rex, on the other hand, had immense power, but likely couldn't reach more than 15 to 20 mph. It relied on brute force, massive jaws, and a sense of smell that was possibly sharper than a bloodhound's. Lions have been seen dragging buffalo twice their weight across the savanna. T-Rex crushed bones by the ton. Both are terrifying in scale, just in very different ways. Now consider behavior. T-Rex was likely a solitary predator, stalking prey like hadrosaurs and ceratopsians in open or forested environments. It probably ambushed and overwhelmed its targets, using powerful legs to cover short distances quickly, delivering fatal bites with over 12,000 pounds of force. Modern lions, by contrast, live in social groups. They use teamwork, strategy, and coordination when hunting. Their behavior is as much about communication and hierarchy as it is about the kill. Lions practice mock fights as cubs, learning to cooperate and assert dominance. T-Rex, with its massive size, had no need for such games. Its dominance came from raw, overwhelming strength. If we dropped a lion into the world of the T-Rex, it would be totally disoriented. Likewise, dropping a T-Rex into a modern savanna would confuse and frustrate it. But what if they met in a neutral setting, an enclosed environment where neither could escape? Would the lion run? Would it fight? Would the T-Rex even recognize the lion as prey? Or would they circle? Two legends meeting at the edge of comprehension. Let's talk about weaponry. The lion's tools are its claws, jaws, and agility. Its canines measure around 25 inches, and its retractable claws can slice through flesh. A lion's killing method usually involves suffocation, clamping down on the neck or muzzle of its prey. It relies on speed, surprise, and accuracy. T-Rex, however, didn't need finesse. Its teeth were banana-sized, serrated, and built for crushing bone. Its bite force is unmatched in land animals up to 1,800 pounds per square inch. One bite could shatter the skull of an animal the size of a car. It likely didn't just kill it, demolished. The T-Rex's jaws could consume entire limbs. Its tail, too, could act like a battering ram. Lions rely on perfect strikes. T.Rex relied on absolute force. A lion might aim for the eyes, perhaps trying to blind or distract, but even getting that close means entering a death zone. Lions can trip wildebeest with one swipe, but nothing they've ever faced compares to this. It would be like a knife against a bulldozer. Environment plays a crucial role. If this hypothetical battle takes place in open plains, the T.Rex has full visibility and space to maneuver. Its size would give it confidence, and any sudden movement might trigger a chase. But on uneven terrain, in forested areas, or enclosed spaces, the lion could use cover, stealth, and its speed to confuse the giant. Yet even so, what can a lion do against such mass? Even if it pounced on the T.Rex's leg, its claws wouldn't pierce deeply enough. Its bite, designed to suffocate soft-skinned mammals, wouldn't even scratch the thick, scaly hide of a dinosaur. Conversely, if T.Rex steps once in the wrong place, it might crush the lion with its full weight. A swamp could bog down the giant, but so could it trap the lion. Rocky ground might trip both. The terrain itself becomes a silent player. If the ground is flat, the T.Rex wins. If it's complex, the lion might survive, though not necessarily win. And what if it's night? The lion gains an edge in darkness. But would it matter when its opponent is blind rage and bone-crushing power? But let's not dismiss intelligence. Lions are highly social and demonstrate complex decision-making. They remember, plan, and communicate. In contrast, T.Rex had one of the largest brains among theropod dinosaurs, especially in regions governing smell and vision. But in fact, some scientists suggest it was smarter than previously thought, possibly as smart as a modern crocodile or even a bird of prey. That puts it somewhere below a lion, but still surprisingly competent. Intelligence isn't just measured by brain size, but by adaptability. The lion might test, retreat, observe, and reassess. It can fake weakness, feint attacks, and manipulate. The T.Rex, although driven more by instinct, might not fall for tricks. It may react to movement alone, bypassing all analysis. Still, there's a difference between being smart and being aware. The lion's cognitive map includes social hierarchies, anticipation, and tactical retreats. The T.Rex, while not calculating strategy, could still assess threat level and act with explosive violence. We must ask, can raw prehistoric instincts outmatch millennia of evolutionary tactics? Even the smartest predator may not survive the dumbest force of nature. Now imagine the emotional stakes. The lion, used to being king of its domain, now faces a beast that dwarfs elephants. Its confidence might shatter. Animals, like humans, experience fear, and lions sometimes back down from fights they can't win. A single roar from T.Rex, deep and thunderous, could paralyze a modern predator. Likewise, the smell, size, and movement of T.Rex would be completely alien. The lion might freeze, run, or simply hide. Meanwhile, the T.Rex wouldn't even notice. To it, a lion is smaller than its usual prey. It might ignore the lion entirely, or treat it like a fox, curious, but not worth chasing. But let's imagine the lion sees the T.Rex eating, sees it vulnerable, and decides to test fate. It creeps in, low, ears back, each step silent. It lunges, but its claws bounce off the hide. The T.Rex turns, jaws open, and with a single bite, ends the encounter. In this case, courage would meet reality, and reality bites hard. For the lion, this isn't just a strange encounter. It's a humbling reminder that not all predators are created equal. Let's flip the scenario. What if the T.Rex was brought into the modern lion's world, would it dominate the African savanna? In terms of sheer power, yes, but ecosystems aren't built for intruders. The T.Rex's massive weight would collapse termite mounds, crush riverbanks, and scare every herd into a stampede. It wouldn't find food it recognizes, and heat could be a problem. Modern lions rest in shade during the day, but a T.Rex might overheat under the equatorial sun. Whereas its large size would make it visible from miles away. Herds would flee before it got close. It could starve. Meanwhile, the lion might simply watch from a distance, confused. This creature doesn't behave like prey. It doesn't smell like anything it knows. The lion might never engage at all. It would view the T.Rex like a storm, dangerous. Yes, but not something to fight. And if the T.Rex stumbles, weakened by thirst or heat, the savanna would take it not in violence, but through slow attrition, even if it turned to scavenging. Local hyenas and vultures would outnumber it. Even giants need adaptation. There's another angle to consider: biology versus mythology. We often imagine animals as symbols. The lion is courage, nobility, royalty. The Rex is destruction, dominance, death. But in real life, survival isn't about who looks more powerful. It's about adaptation. The lion is a product of millions of years of evolution in warm climates. Finely tuned to hunt antelope and zebra, the Rex evolved to dominate a completely different world, one filled with horned dinosaurs, armored tanks like ankylosaurs, and towering duckbills. Their bodies, instincts, and senses are built for different ecosystems and eras. Bringing them together reveals just how specific evolution really is. This isn't a fair fight. It's a metaphor, a reminder that power without context can mean nothing. The lion rules because it belongs in its world. The T.Rex ruled because it belonged in a different one. And just maybe, they both prove the same truth: every king has his time, and no reign lasts forever. Legends rise in their environment and fall when taken out of it. Nature doesn't honor myths. It honors balance. So what would happen if T.Rex met a modern lion? Not much. The T.Rex wouldn't see a worthy threat. The lion would likely avoid confrontation. There might be some posturing, confusion, maybe a test of nerves, but no epic battle. The lion is smart enough to walk away. The T.Rex is powerful enough not to care. And in that strange moment, both predators might silently agree this is not a fight worth having. But let's imagine, just once, they do fight. Dust rises, the lion charges, the T.Rex roars, a sound that shakes the sky. For a brief second, past and present clash, and then silence. One creature stands, the other fades into memory. Was it ever about the winner, or about the story they told together? Maybe that's the real ending, a meeting across time, reminding us that power changes, but nature never forgets. And perhaps, somewhere in the minds of modern lions, an ancient echo still roars, a whisper from a forgotten age.